actually still read a lot?
Oh yeah, I don't have a choice. I'm reading a specific chapter of a book right now. I'm reading, studying a couple different consulting firms on how they did it, McKinsey, Gartner, trying to learn more about it. I go by niches what I read. So I read like, I'm going to go study over how to raise money. So I read 10 books on raising money. Going and, hey, how to start a media company. So I'll read all the books of the giants, how they build their media company. Going and talking about how to invest, different philosophies. So I'll read everything on that. Right now it's building consulting firms.
How do you find the time? Where, like, okay, you got to walk me through how you're reading all these books, because I probably don't have half the things you have going on. And we have actually a book club in our morning group, and we read like a chapter every day, right? But I don't have nearly as much as you have going on. Where are you finding the time? Is it audio? Is it?
Yeah, so it would be audio, it would be book, it would be, but it's if I'm reading a biography, I can get it in audio and listen to a 2.0 speed. I can get that done, no problem. If I'm reading a business strategy book, I can't listen to it. I have to read it because I need to be focused on how you do X, Y, Z. But if it's autobiography and it's a storytelling, you're kind of staying with the narrator. I can't do the business books that way. And then with podcast prep, content, research, kids are asleep at 9:30, 10 o'clock. I got a couple hours to do what I'm doing there. And then drive time, you'd be amazed how much you have with drive time, travel, flying. But more than anything else, if you stay in curious mode, it's not how do you do it. It's like food. How do you find 3 times a day or 4 times a day to eat? You're feeding yourself. So the same way you're feeding your belly, you're feeding your mind as well. We don't ask the question, how do we find time to eat? But we ask the question, how do we find time to read books? Where it needs to be the other way around. How do you find time to eat? Because you're definitely going to priority between the two. If you really looked at them the same way, we have plenty of time to read.